Alrighty, y'all. So, this is the next little video that I'm doing. I'm going to teach you how to sew on all-in-one facings. And I have these little mini bodices and mini facings made. So this is the back. I have two pieces for the back. A lot of times when you come into contact with these all-in-one facings, it'll be some kind of back closure. So that's why I chose to do the back with the open facing and the front with the closed one. Okay, so this is the front, that's the back, and they're both all-in-one facings. All-in-one facings means that instead of having a separate facing for your neck and for your armhole, they just put them together, so you have a neck and armhole facing. Now the only thing about those is they're tricky because your whole entire neck only has an opening in the back, which, you know, is obvious because that just makes one seam. But what about your armholes? That's one whole continuous seam. So how would you sew that and still be able to sew your necks together? So, since that is kind of confusing, I'm going to show you how to do it here. The first thing we're going to do is connect our shoulders. And it's going to be the facing shoulders. We'll connect those together. And then the bodice shoulders, we'll connect those together. And then we'll move on. Okie dokie, so you're going to be sewing the shoulders together to start. And it's going to be the shoulders of the bodice pieces as one, and then the shoulders of the facing pieces. Alrighty, and just sew the shoulders together, and then move on to the next. Alrighty, so now you should have your shoulders shoulders sewn together for the front facing, which is whole, like it's all one piece and it's on the fold, and then you have your two back facings that are just, you know, they're separated and they're just sewn together with the facing that's connected to the front. So anyway, and then you also have your bodice pieces, and they're sewn together at the shoulders also. Now what you're going to do is hold these open, and then you're going to, since this is our right side, okay, we're going to put the right sides together on both of them, which will connect the neck, or make a big circle out of the neck. Okay, and match your back, our center back, and then match your shoulders, and you're going to sew all the way around the neck. And then once you finish sewing around the neck, you're going to come over here, you'll match your armholes, then you'll sew all the way around the armhole, okay? And then, alrighty, so the first thing we did was sew the facing shoulders together. And then the next thing we did, after we did that, we matched each facing up to the appropriate side. And then we sewed around the neckline, and we sewed around the armholes of each side. So yours should look like this. Kind of be like, I'm sorry. It should be with three sides, or have three sides hanging basically. Okay. Then after you do that, and this part is important, so make sure you do this very carefully. I feel like I'm making Barbie doll clothes because it's so small. But we're going to take each of the back pieces and push it through the shoulder of the front. Now, like I said, this part is important. Please be careful, especially if you're dealing with something like I am that's real small and hard to work with, because it's going to kind of resist you a little bit. But after you keep on pulling, eventually you'll get past the shoulder seam and start pushing past, and you'll almost have it. This would be a little better if it was bigger. It probably wouldn't take as long. It's almost out, y'all. It's in labor. It's coming. There we go. It's coming out now. Ooh, it's all wrinkled now. But at least it's out. Wow, it's all funky looking now. But it is out. Okay. So you see how crazy that one looks? So in the next video, I'll show you what they look like together, and then we will sew the very last seam we need to sew, which is our side seam. Okay, so this is what it should look like once you have all the facings out. Okay, then the last step is just to connect the sides. I'll show you again. If we're like this, then you're going to open up the back. This is the back side seam, and this is the back side seam facing. And then we're going to connect it with the front, and then we just sew down that side and flip the facing down. That's all you do. Alrighty, I'll come. Okay, and then after you sew up both of the sides, you're done, and that's what it looks like. You see your armhole is completely sewn up, your neckline is completely faced and sewn up, and your other armhole is completely done. And then you have your little garment that's completely faced. And that's it. Now another thing you would do in the actual garment, you would sew or you would edge stitch very close to this line on the inside. Let's see if you can see that. And you would kind of stop as you get close to the armholes or to the shoulder seams. We would sew all up there and around there too. And you'd also sew in these armholes the same way. And that's basically to kind of prevent that facing from rolling too much outwards. And then you could also take this armhole facing, and you could tack it down there, which is basically to sew it down with either a couple hand stitches, or if you sew right in the crease, you could do it with a couple machine stitches. You could just sew back and forth for like 2 or 3 stitches, back and forth, and that would kind of hold it. And that's it. So all you gotta do. It really was not very hard at all.